I'm going to show you how a basic HTML document looks like. But first, let me share with you two resources that you're going to find very helpful. First, we have w3schools.com. If you go to the left, HTML, you have all the information you will need about HTML documents. How is a basic HTML document structure? You have here headings, paragraphs, styles, everything is explained here. And you have also this website called developer.mozilla.org, and you have references, HTML, and the same. You have all the HTML elements you can use. So you don't have to memorize them. The best way to learn is to create real-life projects and try to solve real-life problems. So you are going to try to create a website, maybe for a product, as we are going to do in this course. And when you find a problem or something you don't know how to solve, search it online. These are great websites to search at, and then try to understand what they are explaining. Try to read the documentation and then apply it to the project you are creating. This is the best way to learn and the easiest one. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Okay, so now we're going to create our first HTML document. For this, you're going to create a folder for this course. In this case, I'm going to call it web course, for example. And inside, we are going to create a new folder for this module called 1HTML. Okay, remember, you have all these files, all these resources at GitHub at kairosplan.com. If you go to kairosplan.com, find this basic website course for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you will have the resources at the lesson. Okay, now when you are here, you are going to open this folder with Visual Studio Code. Okay, so you open Visual Studio Code and you can just drag this folder right here and it will be open. Okay, so we have it here open. You can also go to File, Open File, and open it. Okay, so when we create here a new file, if you see here, I'm in the folder HTML, and we're going to create a new file called index.html. Okay, index is what a naming convention for the main document of your website. Okay, so when you go to any website like google.com, index is the file that is using. Okay, now if I want to see the changes that I'm making, for example, if I add here a heading that says hello, if I want to see those changes, I have to go to the folder, open the file, and see the changes. And if I change something like a hello world, I have to save here, pressing Ctrl or Command S, go here to the website and refresh. And this is very slow. So we have a solution. I told you to install the extension called Live Preview, right? Okay, so we have this extension installed. And how can we use it? By the way, you can go back to your files here, Explorer. Okay, so we are back to our files. You can go to this bar at the top, add this bracket, and search Live Preview, and you will find Live Preview Start Server. You press it, and now you have the website right next to your code. You can close this because we don't need. And when you change things, those things are changed in real time, so we can see all the changes very fast. Okay, this will help us to be faster. Now we're going to delete everything. We're going to save. And what is the basic structure of an HTML document? Well, you can write this character, an expression mark, and then press Tab. With Visual Studio Code, it creates the basic HTML structure, but I'm going to show you, so don't worry. First of all, we have this here, an opening bracket, an expression mark, and it says doc type, so the type of this document is HTML. Okay, and it's a closing bracket. That's it. It only tells the browser that this document is HTML. Great. Now we have an opening HTML tag. Remember, every time we open a tag, we have a closing tab here at the bottom with this slash. And in this case, it has an attribute because HTML tags can have attributes. It's where we add information. In this case, we are adding the language, English, but it could be Spanish, for example. You can find, again, at the websites I told you, the different languages you can add here. Okay, you can even add English from the US, from the UK, Spanish from Spain or from Mexico, etc. Okay, in this case, we're going to leave it in English. This is very important because although we are going to write, we can write English here, and we can have here Spanish as the language, or the opposite, we can have it in English and here add Español. But this is, although the experience for the viewers is going to be the same, this information is used by Google, okay? So when you open Google and you search, for example, this website I told you, so you search for W3 schools, okay? You will get a language, the website that will be shown will be based on this information, okay? So this information is for Google, it's not for people, or also it's an accessibility attribute, so it's also used for blind people. There's people that they don't see, and they use these attributes to have the information they need for the website, okay? So it's important to add it, because it will impact your search results, okay? And as you can see here, Google has here a title, which is W3 Schools Online Web Tutorials, and when we enter, we have that title here at the top as well, okay? This title is the one we have in between these title tags. So we change here like a website title, you can see it also changes here. That's the title that Google gets, and that is also shown here in the tab bar. But we can add more things. For example, we can add a meta tag called name, description, and content. A website description goes here, okay? So this meta tag adds meta information. The meta information, again, is not for users, it's for Google. So this description right here is the one that Google uses to show it here in the search result. Not only Google, but there's also something called Open Graph, which is, we will see this in the SEO class, so to get better Open Graph preview. And imagine I get my Magic company, okay? Any product like this one, okay? The Magic Kit we are designing the landing page for. I get it, and I paste it in this Open Graph viewer. You can see that it adds the image of the product right here at the right. It adds the title, you can see here, a description. All of that is from the meta tags, which are in the head. Again, the head is for searching companies and Facebook, Twitter, when we share those websites on WhatsApp or on Messenger, etc. Okay, so this is not for the user, this is for Google, Facebook, etc. And also to load resources. Maybe at our website we are loading a CSS document or a JavaScript document, we can load it here, okay? But the basic is the title and the meta description. This should be in every website. So at least we have a title, we have a description, and we have the language, okay? The language is in the HTML tag, and the rest is in the head tag. This is not for the users, okay? And now we have the body tag. Here is where we will add everything for the user. Everything we want to be shown on the page is going to be here. So we have some description. We can add a button, click here, and we can add an anchor, which is a link, okay? An anchor with, we will see this in a more advanced page, okay? So some link, okay? So we have the button, we have the link, we have description, we have the title, okay? Let me change it. So all this goes on the body, okay? So we are going to add everything in the body tags, but we need this information so our page can be shown in search results, okay? The title, the description, and more things that we will see in the future. But this is the basic structure of an HTML document. And again, you don't have to memorize it. You can use the expression mark I showed you, and you press tab and it creates everything, or you can search it online. If you go here to W3, to HTML, you have here the basic HTML structure you can copy. Here it only has a title, but you can add more information as we will see, okay? So this is the basic structure. Now you're ready to continue with the course.